here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe, I feel so alive. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started.
Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. And as you should have seen from the wee intro sequence, this is a video about the Celtic women's side, the Celtic girls, and a wee review of their brave, battling, fight back win 2-1 over Hearts yesterday evening. Does keep their very faint title hopes alive. If you don't follow the Celtic FC Women's side, the Celtic girls, this video may not be for you, but there will be a new video later on today, and also a couple of interesting polls for the channel viewers and subscribers to enter later on today as well. So getting back to the Celtic girls 2-1 win over Hearts yesterday evening, in the video we'll have a wee look at some of the key incidents, the goals, the stats, and also the final four fixtures that Celtic have before the end of the season, and where that leaves the league table as we enter this final lap of the SWPL 2024-25 season. Celtic started the game more on top. Few early half chances for both teams. Amy Gallagher and Saoirse Noonan both going close. Probably the closest Celtic got to a goal in the first half was a shot by Bruna Lorenko following a free kick delivery, with Bruna Lorenko's shot hitting off the underside of the bar and unfortunately not going into the net. Hearts did have one or two wee half chances in the first half as well. Kelsey Docherty made a couple of saves, nice bit of defending and blocking by the Celtic defenders. However, slightly against the run of play, shortly before half-time, Hearts did take a lead. A shot by the Hearts player Waldy was deflected into her own net by Bruno Lorenko around about the 41st minute, and so Celtic went into half-time 1-0 down. However, as the second half went on, Celtic more and more got into the game. Celtic put Hearts under pressure, and a poor clearance by the Hearts defence was volleyed back into the top corner by Amy Gallagher, a brilliant goal around about the 52nd minute. Thereafter, both teams did have a wee few half chances to score again. Kelsey Docherty made another save, some good defending by both teams, and some near misses. However, as things look like they may be destined for a 1-1 draw, a good run by Jenny Smith released Maria McANENY, who hit the ball powerfully into the bottom corner to give Celtic, probably on the balance of play, a well-deserved 2-1 win. And certainly, as the second half wore on, it did look like Celtic were the much more likely team to win in the end, with Hearts more relying on defending and trying to hit on the break and claim those half chances. So a result that does, as I said, keep Celtic's faint title hopes alive. Hibs beat Motherwell as expected 2-0, which keeps them top of the table. Glasgow City won 1-0 away against Rangers with a penalty late in the first half, and then Glasgow City held on in the second half to win 1-0 over Rangers, which now means that Celtic are just 3 points behind Rangers, but are 8 points behind Hibs, who are top. Thing to remember, though, is that Hibs do now have to play the other four best teams in that top six. Hibs still have to play Hearts, Rangers, Glasgow City, and Celtic. Well, Celtic do have potentially a winning banker at the end of the season against Motherwell. Whether Celtic do manage to get that far with a hope of winning the title still needs to be seen, and I think it does require an away win against Glasgow City on Sunday followed by a win against Rangers the following weekend, and then the final game against Motherwell, which one would hope would be a near certain victory for Celtic. So do think it's going to require 4 wins out of 4 and a few of the teams above us to drop points. Is the cliched 6-pointer when we take on Hibs, as that will bring them further closer to us and get us nearer to winning the title. But I do think it does require us, say, away win against Glasgow City, home win against Rangers, and home win against Motherwell, and an away win against Hibs to get us the title. But I do think, as I said before, there are a number of permutations which would see Celtic's faint hopes of a title being reclaimed and being fulfilled. So just we recap: Hibs on top with 67, Glasgow City now into second with 64, Rangers third with 62, the Girls at fourth on 59, Hearts drop are now fifth on 56, 3 points behind us, and Motherwell adrift sixth out the top 6 on 32 points, and I don't see Motherwell getting any further points over their last 4 games, but if they were to do so, obviously that would be a big bonus for Celtic, as it would bring those other teams closer to us. Looking at the stats for yesterday's game, was a pretty close game on most of the parameters. Celtic had the possession 55-45, shots were 11 for Celtic, 12 for Hearts, on targets 3 for both teams. Celtic had 7 off targets, Hearts had 5 off targets. Celtic had 1 shot blocked. Celtic had 1 shot blocked and Hearts had 4 shots blocked. Kelsey Doherty made 3 saves and the Hearts goalkeeper the 1 save, and corners were 6-2 in favour of Hearts. So, as you can see, pretty close match, and Celtic's brave fight back from 1-0 down at half-time. Good team performance all around. Nice to see Amy Gallagher getting back into scoring form and better form, and also nice to see one of Celtic's academy players who's come through, Maria McANENY, taking on a starring role late in the season. And good performances from other players such as Kelsey Doherty, Emma Lawton, and I think particular notice for Momo Nakao, the new Japanese midfielder. I think she has got better and better each game and was quite a dominant player, Hearts, I thought. So next game for Celtic is against Glasgow City on Sunday, an away game at Petershill Park. Game I think Celtic do have the ability to win. If Celtic do get their scoring boots on, if Saoirse Noonan puts some chances away, if Amy Gallagher, Maria McAneny keep up the good scoring form, and Celtic are stronger in defence, I think we do have the game to beat Glasgow City on Sunday. Kick-off is at 1 o'clock, so unfortunately clashing with the Celtic Rangers game is a wee bit unfortunate, because it would appear that the Rangers women's match was moved to an evening kick-off at Broadwood in Cumbernauld, and so it is a bit disappointing that the Celtic girls match couldn't be moved, so that there wasn't a clash for the fans who watched both the Celtic main team in their game against Rangers and also in this important game against Glasgow City away. That just about finishes things off for today. If you are new to the channel, not yet subscribed, please do click that subscribe button, keep the numbers pushing up and up. Very little coverage formerly from any other Celtic fan YouTube sites, and so it would be good to support the channel, trying to broaden the coverage of the Celtic girls side and also women's football in Scotland in general. And do feel free to pop your own pleasant, polite debating points, thoughts, opinions into the comment section for a nice wee chat amongst like-minded Celtic FC Women fans. Regards the game last night and the prospects for the last 4 games, and is there a real faint hope of winning the title in a few weeks' time, or is it just a dream? So that finishes things off for today. As I said, there will be a couple other short videos later on today and a couple of chances for votes in polls also later on today. And so until the next video, goodbye and hail, hail.